Hi everyone, it's Lillian here from Stamper's Niche. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Alberta, Canada, and I'm popping on spur of the moment today because I have some new stamp sets and I want to do something with them before I start stamping. So I'm calling this new stamp sets. Now what? What do we do once we get those new stamp sets? So I have done a video like this before, but it's been a few years, and I know that some of you, in fact many of you, are new, or if you're like me, you may have even forgotten some of these little tips and tricks. So let me just make sure that I'm up there, and let's take a look at this. Now, when you get new stamp sets from Stampin' Up!, you can get one of two kinds. You can get a photopolymer stamp set or a cling. We're going to talk about the cling mostly today, but before we do that, a photopolymer stamp set, because Stampin' Up! Makes the two different kinds, a photopolymer is what we call clear. Now you can see I've used some of these, and when you use the dark red colors, it tends to stain them, but they work just fine. They're not going to have that red color the next time you stamp. They're clean, they're fine. So photopolymer is a clear stamp, and we'll talk about them another time. It's the cling ones I want to talk about today. So let's put that one aside and bring this in. So here we go. So the cling stamp sets are made with, when you open it up, you'll find the labels here, and then the stamps themselves are made with red rubber. These are exceptional stamps. One of the reasons I even got hooked on Stampin' Up! Was the great images you can get. The impressions with they're cut nice and deep. They have this spongy thing. They're great, but they don't have labels on them. And why doesn't Stampin' Up! Put the labels on them? Well, the main reason is it saves money, so that it saves money for you too. I also find that it's great for me getting acquainted, I call it. Get acquainted with my stamp set. So I'm just going to share with you what I do. Now, if you're new to this, you will discover what works for you. This is not the be-all and end-all. The Stampin' Up! Case actually has instructions here. And what they suggest you do is that you peel this up like that, and then take your stamp and place it in here. We're going to do it slightly differently. I used to do it that way, and it works just fine, but I find this other way even a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is put that to the side, and first off, I'm just going to punch out all of these. I'm going to do them all while I'm doing one. I'm anxious to use this set. It's a gorgeous word set that's just brand new. And so I thought, well, before I use it, I want to put the labels on. I don't know about you. I find it easier to tell what I'm doing if the labels are on. I didn't always put the labels on. And you might be somebody who says, oh, I'm not going to put the labels on, and that's fine. So we've punched them all out. You can even get your kids or your grandkids to do that. Now, it's up to you. Some people throw this away. I like to put it back in the case, and then once I've got everything ready, I put the stamps back in here, and then I know if I'm missing one. But again, that is just what I do. So let's see. This one here says, knowing you brings joy to my heart. Let me find that one here so I can show you. Knowing you, here it's the right shape. So we're reading it backwards. So Stampin' Up! Would say, peel this backing off here. And then peel this off. Oops, it's on this side. I'm going to have a little pile of garbage. Put it the right way up, and it starts with knowing, and then the big words down here. I always like to triple check, because once this is down, it's down. All right? So this is one way of doing it. And so you just line it up, and I don't touch it down till I'm pretty happy with where it is. And then touch it down. It sticks. peel it off, and you've got your label on just like that. So that works perfectly. I often find these get pretty sticky, especially the little ones, so I often just touch it to my hands for a little bit, and then I'm going to put it back in here. Just look for the shape. There we go. We've done it that way. Now, the way I like to do it, that I've learned over the years, is, let's do this one. Your kindness is so appreciated. So that's the one that we're going to use. What I like to do is I like to take just a little nip off the edge so that when I peel let me bring this in. When I'm peeling my stamps off the block, if they're sticky, it gives me a little ledge to start with. So that again is just me. Then I'm going to take everything off this sheet here, and I'm going to stick it here. But before I do, I'm just going to start the two little pieces of paper, because once they're on here, you can't bend and manipulate. I'm just going to stick it down wherever, peel the rest of the backing off like that, and I'll peel the backing off of this. And once again, I'm going to look at this your, so that's the way it goes. Your is right here. Now you can triple check this by looking at the shape of the outline of this label and the outline of the stamp. And then I'm just going to, again, I'm not going to touch down. I'm going to move it around until it's in place, then put it down. And then just like that, I have the label on. And for me, I found it just that much easier. So it's totally up to you. Then I take a bit of the sticky off and I put it back in my case, just like that. Let me do one more. Then that likely gets the idea for you. So, here's one that looks interesting. Well, actually, let's do this. Happy birthday. It's long and skinny. So I'm going to nip just a little bit off so that I have just a tiny bit where it won't be quite as sticky, because these are really well made. And then I'm going to, again, just so that it's easy once I get it down on the block, stick it down on the block like that. And you'll notice I picked a block that is going to fit all of these stamps, just because then I don't have to switch blocks. So here is happy birthday. The H is up here, the H is up here, and I am just making sure the outline of the label is the same. I've got it lined up. Now I'll put it down, and just like that, I have that one done, and I'll put it back in the case, and it's ready for me to stamp with. So that's just a quick little tip. I'm hoping that helps you out. I am going to settle in, turn something on to watch on my YouTube, and continue mounting my stamps. So let me know if that helps you at all, and take care. Bye-bye.